I swear to God, I've made this video like 7 times now, but something always goes wrong. I'm sorry, I'm walking. But every time I sit down, something starts making noise. So I'm going to pace and I'll try to keep it stable because I know it makes it a little less enjoyable to watch when it's bouncing. But I'm trying to reach my friends over at Book Talk and BookTube. The reason I'm trying to reach you guys is because I started reading extreme horror to start 2025. 2 books deep, and I read Cows, and I read Tender is the Flesh. And I'll try to do better next time about actually writing down who wrote the books, because I have the Kindle versions, and then I get the immersive reader to read it to me while I'm working. But Cows was an experience. I'll give it that. It wasn't the greatest book I've ever read. It wasn't the worst book I've ever read. The problem Cows has is that I feel like it's absurdist theater. The point of the book is to be absurd because there's no one to ever invest in that book. If you try to invest in Stephen, he really ruins it every time you try to. The Hag Beast, if you're investing in the Hag Beast, you need therapy. Lucy kind of at points, but at the same time, they don't really, or he doesn't really give you enough with Lucy to kind of invest in her in the first place. The Gurney, not really. With the Lady Cow, Cribs, Gummy, no, yeah, no. See, and that's the problem. There's no redeemable characters in the whole book. It's I'm just glad it's over. When you read it, you couldn't put it down. But when it's over, you're like, well, that's done. Never reading you again. And not because it's traumatizing. It's just, there's no real point to reading the book. It doesn't really have a good payoff. It's kind of, it just kind of abruptly ends too. But Tender is the Flesh is so good that I want to find something more like that. I'm looking for something in the extreme horror genre that is well written, heavily character driven, has multiple characters that you can invest in. And hey, they can disappoint you, but I want those characters to be when you're reading it and they do the shit that you don't want them to, you're like, what is this person doing to my characters? What's happening in this book? I want something like that. That's something just a wild ride, but it's got great characters and it's well written. That's in the extreme horror genre. It doesn't have to be absurdist. It doesn't have to be splatterpunk. Just want something that's just it's just balls out, it's crazy, and also an enjoyable experience. So send me your recommendations. I appreciate you.